What song are we talking about here, Amanda?
Thank you. Shine On, You Crazy Diamond by Pink Floyd. And I can't think of who she has the really injected lips and she's doing like an insurance commercial, I think. No, it's like a Capital One, like a credit card
Hmm.
commercial. And she talks real funny. I love it. And I can see her saying, Shine on, you crazy diamond.
Oh, Jennifer Coolidge.
Yes, thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
Can't you see her saying that?
I can. She's great. And I love Jennifer. She's so
Shine on,
funny.
you
Yeah.
crazy
Shine on you, crazy
crazy
Diane.
diamond. So I normally listen to songs several times, but I will
Right.
listen to this one twice because I went the whole
You
pieces.
went the whole distance on
I
this
went the
one.
whole distance. And you know what? I could see as soon as I started playing it, I don't want to downplay this song by saying there's not much to it because there's so much to it.
It's very layered.
But it's also it's not like listening to High Time for 20
No.
minutes.
No.
It's kind of like background music.
It takes you on a trip. It's a journey.
Yeah, it's a journey. It's
There's
not.
movements throughout the song.
Yes, yes. And so you do have to listen to the whole thing because it changes throughout that time.
It does.
Where a lot of it's just like the instrumental, but then there are some lyrics and
Yeah, it's very instrumental heavy, and then comes into the lyrics, and then kind of finishes up, and then goes into. So, "Wish You Were Here" as a record. So, Pink Floyd's "Wish You Were Here" came out prior to The Wall and all that, and this was, and I don't know how much research you did on this
I
record.
did
Okay.
read up that it was written to one of the original or
Yep.
written in observance of that original member who
Yep.
just kind of went down the path of
Yeah.
too far.
Syd Barrett, the founding member, basically one of the founding
Yeah.
members of Pink Floyd. It was him and Roger Waters, and all went to art school together.
Mm.
Syd Barrett, those first two Pink Floyd records that Syd Barrett was on. I mean, he was a chief songwriter, and that was when Floyd was in their super psychedelic. I mean, it was the '60s,
Sure.
but so influential and such a great songwriter. And unfortunately, experimented a little too hard with LSD and
Mm.
acid, and also, but on top of that, basically was probably at that time they weren't diagnosing for things like bipolar and
Mental health issues,
and
yes.
mental health issues, and that exasperated the situation where then he wound up basically having a complete breakdown.
Yeah.
And there's videos on YouTube you could watch of his unfortunate downfall, just kind of being on stage, walking off, playing like a single note. Just it's sad to watch somebody who completely is just falling apart like that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's very unfortunate. And he never recovered, and just kind of really honestly kind of went mad. And yeah, this record is basically a tribute. It's basically the whole record's like a giant tribute to Syd Barrett and the band that he started with these guys, and obviously what Pink Floyd had become and all that. And there's even that like where they were doing the song and he just kind of walked into the studio and nobody even recognized him because no one had
Isn't
seen him
that
in
so
years, and he
sad?
was like kind of overweight and bald, and no one had recognized. They're like, "Who's this guy that just walked in?" And then they realized it was Syd. So
Mm.
it's like even these like weird stories where it's like they're doing a record about him, no one's talked to him, and he just wanders into the studio, like, and there he is. And so I mean, there's a lot there, guys. There's tons and tons of stuff about Syd Barrett that you could watch on YouTube and books and all that.
Mhm.
It's definitely a tragic story for somebody, but we did get an amazing piece of art out of it, which is Pink Floyd's "Wish You Were Here" and "Shining You Crazy Diamond." We always talk about album openers and album closers a lot in the show, and talk about a bookend of a record that really operates from start to finish, the whole thing. Like, well, it's like we always say, with Dark Side of the Moon and in the wall, like you have to listen to these records all the way through. Yeah,
Sure.
they're standout songs, but they do
Tell
to
a
get a
story.
right to get the
Yeah.
complete feel. That's
Mhm.
"Wish You Were Here" is that record, and "Shining You Crazy Diamond." I've always
Shine
loved
on, you
this,
crazy diamond.
and the live versions are even better. Like I can't tell you. There's so many times I would come home from high school, and it just put this on and relax. Like not even do any, like I just would
Mm.
throw it on and sit in my bed and just relax. It was such a great way to just decompress from like a day.
Mhm.
I would throw this on and just decompress because it's just got that feel and that vibe for me. So
I
that's
can
I
really
love this.
respect that because I do that often with classical music, and I know I might sound
Yeah.
like a nerd when I say that, but it's just because
No.
I don't wanna hear words sometimes. I
Yeah.
just wanna feel it.
Yeah.
I just want it to take me away, and this song does do that. So, I mean, I could see when I started hearing this and listening, I go, "This is the perfect get high song
It
to take you
really
on the
is.
journey that you're gonna go on."
It really is, man. I mean, it's such a great, and I love David Gilmour's guitar playing. I feel like is just so
Oh, great.
it's so full of emotion and feel when you hear him play, and then you can enhance that experience. So I know pretty much everybody's heard this song. I'm just gonna play a little bit of it though, just so everybody can. I'll move it along a little bit too, so that way.
So tell me this, do radio stations play this?
Classic rock radio will play this.
Okay.
Um, yeah, it's a very slow build, but I mean, classic rock radio will play this song.
Okay.
Especially Sirius XM because there's no commercials anymore, so they don't care.
True.
But it's like, I'm gonna move it along here.
This is a good, I have to go to the bathroom and warm up my coffee.
Yeah.
DJ song.
I mean, it's just so good. That guitar playing, man.
It's very mellow. It does put you in a different, like, calm down zone.
I just feel like I'm floating in the ocean.
I can respect that.
Hey, man.
I feel like every note is very intentional.
So soulful.
That's a good word for that.
I love when it kicks in, the actual. I just move it up.
Minute 5.
Yeah, just move it up. But I love this. This is my favorite.
It's coming, you guys. We promise.
It's coming. You guys have heard this song. You guys know this.
I really had not.
I was not shocked by that. That I love that.
This could be like someone traveling through like the desert in a movie.
Yeah. This entire album is of it. It really is.
Tumbleweed going.
Yeah.
Like someone's lost in the desert and they're looking for water.
I love how
it's so intentional.
It's so good. Come on.
It is.
It's so great. I just want to listen to the whole thing. It's I'm getting locked in, but I'm gonna because I know we're gonna get dumped.
Here into 11.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna get dumped if I keep playing it. So but yeah. So Shine on You, Crazy Diamond, parts 1 and 5, and then in 6 and 9, which close the record out. So it's kind of tells the complete story. Anyway, so Amanda Sharp, The World is Waiting.
Mm-hmm.
Not having heard Pink Floyd's Shine on You, Crazy Diamond before. Not really even a big Floyd fan, but now we talked about Pink Floyd 2 times in a row now because last week we talked about Dark Side of the Moon and Eclipse and all that. Mm-hmm. Where are you rating?
Believe it or not,
on a scale of 1 to 5 records,
this would be on. I have not put it on yet because I feel like sometimes my Working Through Life playlist has different songs on it, but I could see where this could be a very nice Working Through Life song to put on. It's just thought provoking. Like when I'm trying to figure something out, I don't need the endurance of like adrenaline. I need the endurance of like thought.
Right.
And I think this is a really interesting song to get me there. And so I do think I'm gonna turn this song on intentionally, which may be a shocker to a lot of people. I wouldn't skip it, and I actually would turn it on to listen to. Okay. So for that reason, I'm giving it 4 records. I enjoy it.